Good afternoon and welcome to Industry Focus on BDTV, where we spotlight everything that has to do with industries locally and globally to identify the economic and business values and, of course, how it affects the GDP of Nigeria and lives of Nigerians. I am Onyeka Valentine, and today, like you know, we've got 4 segments all in the show. I'll just give you one after the other so you know. Business quote of the day will come. Right after that, we do have our captain's opinion, where we have our wonderful guest by the name Dr. Funke Medun. You don't want to miss that part. We'll be discussing growth architect, how business development and consultancy services build Nigeria's industries. And of course, right after that, we do have our deal or no deal. We hear that f.i.r.s. launches electronic voicing MBS for large taxpayers. And before we end the show, we'll be giving a retrospect where we will talk about how African business history, where we remember some business points and advice from likes of late Nelson Mandela. All this coming your way, don't touch that dial. Don't even change it at all. Onyeka Valentine is my name, Industry Focus. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's jump right up into it. Our business quote of the day on business development. Our quote goes this way: invest now before it's too late. The train is about to leave the station. I take it again. Invest now before it's too late, because the train is about to leave the station. These are not my words or my quote, rather quote from Aliko Dangote. We all know him. Yes, he has in many ways made Africa and Nigeria proud. So that one is for you. Write it down somewhere for all you wonderful SME and business people as we usher in that which is important also, which is the major area of the show, talking about our industry captains and how they analyze different areas that will add value. So let's jump into it straight up. Industry focused. Our guest today is someone who has a robust and well called out, experience when it comes to business development. So let's just go into it. Dr. Funke Medun brings several years of experience spanning business development, consulting, entrepreneurship, development, relationship and team management, research banking and human resource management, and building, at the same time maintaining strategic alliances. She holds a first degree in geology, right? And of course, an MBA from the prestigious Lagos Business School, LBS, Pan Atlantic University, Nigeria, and a doctorate from Paris School of Business, PSB. There's more. Right away from Paris, France, she is a member of the Chartered Institute of Directors, CLOD, Nigeria. She's also an associate of Chartered Institute of Bankers, quite interesting, ACIB. You see me smiling because I know she has it all packed. A fellow of the Chartered Institute of Public Administrator, FCPA, a member of Chartered Institute of Personal Management, CIPM, and a licensed human resource practitioner, HRPL. She's also an alumni of the China Europe International Business School. Yes, an IES Business School, Spain. Of course, she studied there also. She's also an international academic reviewer with a lot of international journals added to her name. I can go on and on and on when you see me smiling because I know she has it well packed. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my guest on this show today on Industry Focus, Dr. Funke Medun. You're welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I hope I was able to give a robust information about you. At some point, I took a break. I started smiling because I know it hasn't been easy, but you're there, and the world is celebrating you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's jump into this. I have well packed here, and I know that you're ready for it. But first and foremost, let us first ask. We know you are working on something, but before we do that, let us jump into the area of this business. How do you think, or I'll put this way, when they say business development, industries depend on it. Where do they meet each other?
Thank you. Simple English. Business.
Yes.
Development.
Yes.
So if you put those two words together, developing businesses. So
Right.
you ask me, how does consulting, or where do consultants come in here? So what makes something a business? You and I have plenty ideas every day. How do people even get ideas? So we work on the road. It could be something that is externally motivated. Maybe we just found a gap, or something that starts from your passion, internally motivated. So that's not enough. So how do we make this to become what is called business? Business means it's addressing a need beyond what is in your own mind or your head, and it's sustainable,
Right.
income generating. So where consultants come in most times is to help you turn your ideas to create a model. A model, how does it make money? How should we go about making the money? So they're answering not just the what, helping you to look at the how, the where, the when. And some people will put all this together and say what we call a business plan, which can be robust, big, a few pages, and it can just be one page, what we call a business model canvas. That is just a page that has 9 building blocks of different parts of businesses, from what need are you meeting, who are you targeting, what do you need, who do you need to partner with, how do you make money, what costs do you need to incur, and how do you even get your services to the clients. Okay, so the business channel. And so that's where consultants come in to help you create model, even put funding. Sometimes you want to access funding. It could be different types of funding that are available to help you situate which is more appropriate for the stage of business you are, because different stages of businesses also needs different kind of funding, and it could be a mix of different types. So, and that's how they take you from your ideation to sustainability. Yeah.
Ideation to sustainability.
Yeah.
I mean, we are unpacking this, and there's a whole lot to to touch. But I like the fact that you have taken your time to give an intro into why it's important that business development and consultancy touches industry. So that opens the door for our next question. It says here, from individual success to industry wide growth, how do these services build an entire sector?
Okay, so let's start. There's this reference I used to make. I'm glad that you made a quote by Aliko Dangote. So let's take that as an example. When we hear his stories, he tells us that, how he started trading, how his uncle helped him, gave him money. Look at the Aliko Dangote of then and the Aliko Dangote of now. We can see what has moved from what we used to say, Aliko Dangote, a trader, to Aliko Dangote, an industry expert, the business mogul beyond Nigeria. So, I'm getting somewhere, and I'm trying to take the foundation from individual to scaling out. And so and look at how many jobs he has created. So from being that individual person that was trading, who got funding from someone else, to somebody that is creating multiple jobs across the globe. So that's how we can tie an individual making global strides through business development. He's not the only one now. Aliko has several consultants around him, different professionals around him, in different areas, so you see, and that's how that has panned out. From him, a few people, a few suppliers around him, a few traders, to having a lot of vendors globally, creating hundreds of thousands of jobs. So you see how that one person that started as a trader, with the support of growth mechanism and other external support from experts and professionals, have grown to be a global industry player and a business mogul, creating thousands of jobs. So you can tie the flow.
All right, tie the flow. You guys are hearing directly from our doc, Dr. Funke Medun. In case you don't know, now you know. A robust information about her. I only gave you one quarter because I could go on and on and on. But speaking about tying the flow, the multiplier effect, how do you think, how does that create room? Or put it this way, would you say that there's some real examples that you can pin out from what you've said? Maybe some experience you've had during your course of your career, how one or two of your business consultancy, deals have really added value for the government. Do you think it has added a lot of value, and the kind of GDP that we have right now, is it getting better because of the input that you've added to it?
Yeah, sure. So let's take it from, and I'll take a project I was part of, the Growth and Employment Project. We are talking about growth, multipliers effect. The Growth and Employment Project, funded by the World Bank, in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. And the whole idea then was to provide support for high growth potential businesses.
Right.
Okay, and we were looking at how they could scale from where they were to being able to create more jobs and become sustainable. And it was interesting, and they also assessed grants. So funding was also part of the component. It was very interesting to see how a number of them have panned out. Yeah, I can't say that typically not everybody would go the way you wanted, but majority of them, from where they were and how many jobs they've created as you and I speak today. And I can take an example also from another project funded by the USAID-funded. Unfortunately, the project got truncated at some point now. And that is in collaboration with the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, Lagos State government.
Okay.
And that has to do with skilling youths, providing skills. And the one we were doing, Leapworld, we were in the digital skills component and skilling them in the areas of digital marketing, office administration, and the likes. And I find it interesting when one of the participants on the program, a youth, so you say youths are lazy. Yes, some youths are lazy, but some are also doing amazing things. And came from being on the program to being an employer. She even employed people. Yes.
From
she was on the program, yes. And Amanda is a very great example. I'm really always proud to talk about. From being a participant on the program, got a very high-flying job, set up her own business, able to manage and put the skills from that program, and even employed people from her own cohorts.
How does it multiply?
That's the multiplier effect. And imagine those people without jobs before being able to also provide for themselves and other people, and even skill others. And you see, inside from some of the projects that we've done, by the time we finished the program, skilling about 150 youths, then a number of them have gotten over 70% of them became gainfully employed. Yeah.
70%.
And
that's a huge number.
Yes. And a number of them also moved from being unemployed to the entrepreneurial track, meaning that they also provided jobs. And so that's the multiplier effect of having people, having consultants, having expertise to get you coached, mentor, and take you from a particular level to advanced level. So I can go on and on a number of projects that we've been part of. And I told you that the GEM project, Growth and Employment, that I said funded by the World Bank, was very interesting. At the end of the day, they were able to access up to $50,000 each, as far back as then, in grants. Okay, and I see a number even on the Bank of Industry project that we're part of. So I mean, those are very, very typical examples I can give you. And if we speak to statistics, that's project specific. Let's look at Nigeria as a country. So if we look at the statistics by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics and the recent MSME survey with SMIDAN, Small Medium Enterprise Development Agency.
Nigeria. Is the director of SMIDAN, is that him?
At the moment, yes. Okay. And if you look at the recent survey that was published, the most recently published by them, you will see that as it is, so we may say businesses, so MSM is micro, small, and medium enterprises. Now we even have nano, so we call NMSMEs now. They contribute up to 96% of employment in Nigeria as we speak, according to the survey. And they create up to 46% of GDP. It used to be, as much as 50%, but COVID came, a number of things came. So, but the latest survey says 46%.
Right.
So, this cluster of people, this cluster of businesses that contributes 46% to the GDP of our nation, 96% they make up 96% of businesses, and they contribute 84% rather, to employment generation in Nigeria. That's the multiplier effect. So imagine if they now have hand-holding, if they have expertise, imagine how they can grow. In fact, another survey researched by the World Bank shows that if you provide, if businesses are able to be more competitive, if you improve their competitiveness by 10%, it can add between 1 to 2% to GDP. And so these are some of the things and expertise that consultants bring on board to help businesses become more competitive. So, I mean, we know the answer. You want GDP to grow 1 to 2%.
Right.
Just try to get consultants and expertise that can help improve competitiveness by 10%. Then cumulate it, compound the effect, and we'll see what the results will be. So we can flow it, like I said.
We can flow it, as you said. For those of you who are business, put it this way now, entrepreneurs, and you're struggling with your business, this is something you want to stick with. You guys are already listening and getting all the tips our doctor is giving you. I mean, she's someone who is seasoned in these areas. She has a fact, giving you 1 or 2 how the government can actually, boost and add value. She has mentioned SMEDA, which adds a lot of value too. So let's on that. Let's jump to the next one, which also is something that most of our viewers want to know. They say future of work. In the same line now, how is technology, disrupting and enhancing professional services in that sector?
Okay.
Should I take it again?
I got it.
Okay.
I mean, disruption is glaring in our faces.
Most definitely.
From the basic of using devices like our phones, from even the nano, micro to large enterprises. Okay, I take it from something as basic as AI tools. So for me, if I'm recruiting now, or my HR people, one of the questions is to know what tools you are familiar, what digital tools are you familiar with? Okay, nobody work in the analog mode anymore.
Any longer.
We've all gone digital mode, and from our everyday life, let's even leave businesses out of it, but businesses can be detached from our everyday life. We can't detach vice versa, So from something as, what kind of phone do you use? Are you using a smartphone? Even from the name, smart. It should make you smarter. So your phone should not just be hello. Your phone should go beyond hello to making you smarter. From, I want to get somewhere in 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you can check Google Map. You see, direction, no matter what kind of businesses you are doing, I'm even talking as something as basic. Then let's go, that's informal sector. Then even for the informal sector, let's go to the formal, even small businesses. I'm in the office, I want to write. We have ChatGPT, we have a number of tools that some people will say it will make you lazy, or it will make you to be less brilliant. And I say that, I say that, are we saying that because there's calculator now, I should still be using my, what did they call it, 1 times 1 to do because I don't want to sound, so the thing is, how do you know how to prompt? Prompting is a skill, and that's what we separate you from the unskilled. You just have to move with it, with the trend. Now let's go to the bigger skills, technology, automation in organizations. So from even using basic tools to help automate, get you faster, more efficient, saves time, saves money. And I've said a number of tools. There's some things that you don't have to employ people to do now, that you can do if you know how to prompt these tools, okay? And you want to generate report that can give you insight. Then to even the large, we talk about, you said something about e-invoicing, that the tax regime is trying to implement, f.i.r.s, and we'll talk about it later. They also embraced it because they know that will help the economy, to help more generation of income. I don't want to talk about that segment now, but you see, it's because technology helps you to be more efficient. It helps you to saves time, saves money. It's not that it doesn't have its own side effects, but you see, we can't take the gains away. Some people will now say future of work. Oh, it's going to take our work. Not exactly. And so there was this research also by an international agency. And the argument then was that you look at automation and innovation.
Right.
So as long as innovation outpaces automation, there will always be jobs.
Always.
So you have to innovate in the way you think, in the way you get your things done, even basic as prompting. You have to be innovative and creative in the way you prompt if you are going to even use digital tools. And that's where innovation comes in. So you have to move it, innovating as you are automating. And that's where the opportunities and jobs are. Robots are coming. People are going to operate robots. People are going to manage the process and operation. So you just have to reskill and upskill, you know, and that's the way I see it. All of us, whether you are young, whether you are old, everybody have to embrace technology.
Embrace technology, you know, upskill. This is upskill and reskill.
Yeah, you have to upskill, you have to reskill.
Upskill, reskill, embrace technology. Not my words, but words of our fantastic guest at the building, Dr. Funke Medun. I beg your pardon. She's still here with us. Let's take a quick break. It's still Industry Focus. Onyeka Valentine, my name. We'll be right back. Coming up next, deal or no deal. Don't go away. Welcome back. It is still BDTV, Industry Focus. My guest in the building. We're talking about the idea that business, put it this way, the value that business add to industries. And we're focusing more on consultancy and a whole lot of other stuff. But right now, we're talking about deal or no deal. We hear that f.i.r.s. most definitely is introducing something great. Our guest is in the building, and she wants to give us her own 2 cents on it. So the question is simple, right? With the new idea that f.i.r.s. is bringing in to make tax for those who are high income people, right, follow through, do you think it's a deal or no deal? Doc, what do you think?
Yeah, putting me on the spot. Deal.
Yes.
But with a but.
Okay. What is a but?
Yeah. So deal, because if you look at the initiative, it's laudable. It will help, and really a pilot started last year, November 2024, and so this year the government went full scale, and the whole idea is to look at large enterprises, transactions 5 billion, especially people in the 5 billion and above bracket, organizations, to be able to make the tax administration digitally inclined, more efficient, so you can track from the source. So, and you know, this will help improve revenue generation. Actually, it improves transparency, accountability, which are good, you know, in the sense. Imagine if we have more money to spend, whether we are spending right on the right things, that's another debate. At least we have more money first to spend, and it's more transparent, it's more accountable. It's digital is efficient, you know. So we've said that. So, and that's why. So if you look at that in that context, it should be nice. It should be good. We should all embrace it. But where the but comes in for me is that I think maybe the implementation period kind of shorts. It will also bring some costs burden, you know, to businesses to be digitally compliant. They have to invest in certain digital infrastructure to be able to cope, and probably get some skilled people in their organization. Those comes with cost. My recommendation would be, yes, good. Probably it should have been tiered. We should have used a tiered approach. We could also provide support. You know, government can have a support system, especially for the small and medium enterprises or that deals with these large organizations because they have to track. And even some of them, so I said the third process, provide support, maybe give some a bit more time and face the implementation.
So is it a deal or no deal?
It's a deal with a but. And I put my recommendations on the table as well.
So it's a deal. All right, so I've shook our guest hand, right? Dr. Funke says it's a deal. So I'll go with it. It's the deal. All right, before we go, because of time, we know you're working on something great. We know Leapworld is doing great stuff. And yes, we also have the book coming through. In case you guys don't know, can I have this?
Oh, sure.
So the book says The Rookie Entrepreneur. Am I the rookie now? Because I'm learning business. I think I'm the rookie.
We're all rookies. All of us are growing.
Okay, so I'm going to keep up for myself. The Rookie Entrepreneur, right? Fantastic. So tell us more, Leapworld, and what's going on with the book before we go.
Okay, so Leapworld, my organization, is a business development support organization. We do research, we get involved in employability. Some of the programs I've said that we did it, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And by the way, people should check LSCTF. They're doing something great. And I always say it everywhere I go. LSCTF, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Okay. And I think it's a model other states should also copy. Katsina is doing something like that too. So Katsina state government has some initiative. And I'm sure a lot of states, even my state, Ondo states, has a lot of things in the works. Okay. Anyway, let me put it out there as well. So, so we provide support for projects on employability, entrepreneurship development. We do research, we do training, we do HR support services. Okay. And we have a studio that we also concept ideas on, capacity building. So these are some of the things. People can check us out on our website and some of the projects we have done.
What's the website?
So the website is www.leapworldgroup.com. Or if you just go online and you put Leapworld Limited, you see our social. We are very social as well, so you can check our social media handles and all that. And on the book, The Rookie Entrepreneur.
Yes.
So you see, some years back, like
because
10 years ago,
because we're a business TV now, what you know about,
So I had wanted to put my thoughts and my experiences over the years together, from my banking days to consulting experiences, running my own business, consulting for over 5,000 businesses, going into 10,000. And I just wanted to document and put my ideas, my thoughts, my experiences together. And that was what led to the creation of The Rookie Entrepreneur. So it talks about how do we start businesses. So simple steps from ideation to business sustainability, different processes, accounting system, admin system, financial system, HR system, and several systems that you need to have in place. And so I didn't want people to feel schooled. So I wanted something that will educate and entertain simultaneously. So I had to introduce fictional characters. Okay. So I made it relatable, something like you're reading a story, you're like watching, and at the end of each chapter, there are activities for readers to do. The key character was keeping a diary, which was the kind of the technical component. But it's so easy, it's an easy read, and you're learning as you're reading at the same time. And that was what I wanted to do. I don't want to tell you, just need to get a code from somebody that lost her job. Right. That wasn't me. My friend said, was it you during the financial global crisis? I said, it wasn't me, just a story. Okay. So that you have to write around what you
all right, so this is my
and I have to add. Yeah. So when I finished writing the book, I was ready to launch. The COVID came. So I had to go back to add another chapter because disaster now needed to struck that business that was being it's an easy read and very interesting. So I just want to enjoy people. You can find at Latana, Rovin Heights, it's on Amazon, it's a UI bookstore, or you can just simply reach out to me. I'm happy to.
Okay.
So, and that's your copy.
All right, it's my copy. So, well, this is mine. So, and I love to read, so I'm going to go through it.
You should.
Thank you so much. A lot has been said. And of course, industry focus, where we focus more on that makes your business run through. And we have a professional in the building, someone, like I did say, sees in the many ways. You had all her answers were key 5 questions, and of course, why they call her the genius when it comes to business consultants. But before we go, we do have our final segment, which is this. So just when it comes to business, some people, whether still alive or late, drop some words for us to know. So this one is retrospect on industry focus, most definitely. Mandela, that's Nelson Mandela, late Nelson Mandela, delivered the opening session in South Africa on the 12th of August, and he said to a lot of people who listened there that, look, for what it's worth, if Nigeria and Africa can get it right, business-wise and otherwise, it has to do with growing the GDP, the whole world will respect Africa. You can go check that out. Why? Industry Focus it is. Thank you so much, our guest, Dr. Funke Medun, for gracing our wonderful set and coming to our studio. Hopefully, we'll call upon you again as we move ahead. We have more topics which we know you make great justice to. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So we'll take a break. See you next week, Tuesday. Don't go away. This is BDTV. Bye-bye for now.